It is Saturday, September 15th. I'm so upset because I can't just go and see my kids. I don't have anywhere to take them in. The storm is not really here. It's traveling slow, but whatever. I'm just so fucking upset. Because I want my kids with me. And I have like 2 more days in the job program class. And work on a resume, write stuff for it. But I don't have much to put on it. So my teacher gave me one that I can do just based on like experiences, not by like jobs I've had, but forget what it's called. But I have to do that before I get my career advisor. And just today has been so fucking stupid because I just don't even want to talk about it. I'm so upset. I'm so tired of people's bullshit ass comments. I can't even post it on my own fucking YouTube without people fucking saying stupid shit. Like on my other video about with the court. A stupid asshole, you wonder why comments get deleted, was like saying, oh, you should do something if the courts ask you to do it. No, motherfucker. Nobody asked me to do anything, and I'm not required to do anything. So that's one thing people need to shut their fucking mouths over. Shut the fuck up when you don't know what you're talking about. I'm so fucking tired of like not being heard and not being cared about and just being alone when all I want to do and all I should be doing is be with my fucking kids. But yet my kids are sitting there by themselves with someone who's supposed to be better than me and don't even have them, always at work all the time and they're with their grandpa. And it is not fair. And it's not fair. I'm so fucking tired of being called names and shit like I've been in a position for like a whole year and I haven't been able to do shit. I've been going through so much and now I'm just like starting to pick up the pieces, but it's hard because I really am sad. Like, I don't have energy like a lot of people do. And it's not because of depression and I don't know what it's from. But I don't have the energy like some people do. Like a couple things happen. It can be like petty or whatever, but I don't want to really get into stupid shit. And no one listens. Like, it's like I don't even have the freedom to even talk right now on here because I'm so, like, people want to act dumb when I know they're fucking stalking my shit. Like in court, the Garnet Lighting was like, oh, her YouTube, and the judge was like, and what's on there? And he couldn't say anything. And then I have, like, family members that are watching it saying, oh, you said this, blah, blah, like, and then when they're, like, telling me, oh, write stuff down, do this, do that. No. but you know that I fucking vlog, bitch, and you know you watch my shit. Or whatever. People are always looking for, like, you to do something wrong or something wrong to be happening in your life. But yet no one's looking at the bigger picture. Everything that was said bad about me was completely wrong. My kids are, like, living that now, but before they weren't. Like, yeah, there was arguing because, you know, I was angry their dad wasn't around. And I got in trouble for that, lost my kids for that. I got called all these names, and I neglected my kids, and I did all these things when I didn't. I never left their side. And they're living in those conditions that I was accused of, and nobody cares. And if I call, like, and make a report, they don't even look into it. Sometimes they hang up the phone. And I don't know what to do. I'll call, like, the line, you know, the social service line, and they'll tell you, like, ask you if you want to make a report, but no one looks into it. And I'm not gonna report my fucking kids and get my kids taken. I want to get a job and all this stuff, but it's like, it's, how am I going to? I haven't done it before. My energy to getting up every day, like, sometimes I'm like out of energy, like my eyes are closed and I just don't have it in me, and I don't know what it is. And you can say whatever you want to, but I don't know if it's just a situation now. And I don't think it's fair that they refuse to help me. And I have to do it this way. I have to go through all this because it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot out of me. So nobody else is even worth complaining over or talking about right now, but my situation, I know I should be thinking about that, but it's a lot that I have to deal with every day just to survive, and I have to listen to stuff I shouldn't have to listen to, and be treated the way I shouldn't have to be treated. My freaking location stalked because my boyfriend wanted to switch my phone number so I could get back on the plan I was on, the prepaid. And no, stay on his plan, and I know he'll freaking show up. He showed up at my friend's one time. Like, he'll just show up. I'm not even gonna say why. Like, he needed something, but I mean, I'm so tired. Like, my family is so fake. Like, my mom called me 2 weeks ago, and then she called me, FaceTime me again last week. Well, last week and the week before that when she did the first time. She was just with my nephew. And I had the girls, so I know she was just trying to see if I had them because she was going to try to do something. Because she stayed with my grandma because I guess she was drinking and she got attacked at her apartment. So, I mean, she's an alcoholic. She's not drinking now because she's with my grandparents. But they don't care. They don't care about me. I've never gotten a phone call from anybody. Never. And my aunt, my mom's sister, my grandma's daughter, the last time she FaceTimed me, she was in the car, and I heard my nephew saying, "Hi, Auntie," talking to me. And that's my brother's son that my grandma and all them took my brother to court for and took him from my brother. And my brother doesn't talk to any of them anymore. And his wife doesn't. And they have two more kids together. My mom lost my brother because of her ways. And I told her I forgave her, but there's only so much forgiveness you can do when someone doesn't care about, like, what they're doing. So after what my aunt had done to me, and if you want to know that story, you can, instead of passing judgments, because I have a reason. I was alone with my kids every day. I did not have their help. The courts took advantage of me. And then my family went and told everybody that I told them that I didn't have any family. It didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense that my ex didn't show up to our court date. It didn't make any sense that the judge called me and said he's going to take my kids and put me in jail. And I didn't even know I had that court date. He applied for custody. I showed up. He didn't show up. Then I applied. And then the next day, they must have called him in to warn him. They were on his side, like, the whole time. I told you about the detective guy. I told you about everything. And I told you about my family looking in the window saying, oh, we're going to take him. I'm going to get my grandparents' rights. My mom did. But my aunt and my mom coming in the house hitting me and knocking me on the floor. And my aunt saying, we don't have to leave, do we, Juan? I mean, just so much stuff. If you want to know about them stories, I can tell them stories. About Juan trying to take my 2 oldest daughters to my mom's and them hiding them from me and keeping my kids from me and lying on me after I had been beaten on, and in the hospital the doctor told me I had a concussion. I was having really bad, like, problems breathing and panic attacks from all this stuff too, and eating disorder. No, I wasn't on drugs, but yes, I struggled with my weight because, I mean, I was constantly feeling like I wasn't good enough. You know, that's all I wanted to do was just have my family and be good enough. But yet, every time I was home, he would take off with his friends. And if I said I wanted to go, he'd say, you go. And I'll stay here. I was like, what am I going to do? I stay at home all winter and just take off. And I hardly have any friends. At that time, I wasn't talking to my best friend. And she apologized to me for another thing that had happened. And we've been friends again. And that's, like, the only good thing, because right before our split, she saw the way he talked to me and how he wasn't around and everything. And how clean my house was and what a good mom I was. I got up every morning early, bathed them, brushed their teeth together in the tub with all of them together. My bathroom was completely white and clean. I have pictures, and now it's just filled with stuff and clothes hanging on the curtain rod and stuff all over the washer and dryer. You can't even wash clothes anymore. I mean, I had everything organized, all their clothes washed, everything picked up. I would take everything out of the refrigerator and scrub it white clean, you know, the glass and stuff. I did everything. I was a neat freak and I was a clean freak, and you can think whatever you want about me. I don't care, but I was a good mom, and I know that, and I'm not going to let these things that people say define me, because it's not true. And I have pictures from 3 years every day for 3 years, hundreds and thousands of pictures of my life with my children, and nobody's fucking seen those. Even my friend was like, wow, I can't believe you didn't show all them in court. No, they don't let you have your phone in court. And they wouldn't let me do anything. They might as well have tied me up and made me sit there in violence, because that's what they did to me. I'm gonna pause this. So, I'm gonna get to the story where my ex, Juan, tried to, pretty much did get away with taking Sarah and Bella. Right after Bella was born, she was only a couple months old, I wanted to go work. So, I went to the club and got hired to dance, just to work at nights when he got off. And, no, it wasn't a good thing, and I don't dance anymore, and when I did, I only did it for like a few months, and I'm not saying like I was a professional, I wasn't. It wasn't that much like good money, but it was something, you know. I could buy stuff to clean, I could buy them some things, whatever, I don't know. I only did it for like a couple weeks, because this is what happened. My first week dancing, I had got up on stage, and I had just had a baby, and I went into a split, and I hurt my leg really, really bad, because I hadn't done it, I hadn't stretched, I hadn't done anything. I just straight up did it, and I didn't stretch. So I ended up having to go. I was limp when I tried to stand up. It hurt really bad. I tried to play it off, but I had to go to the emergency room because it was very bad. And the whole back of my leg was black. And to this day, I have a lump on the back of my leg now. And I don't know if it's a tumor or what it is, but it's like some weird lump. I don't know if it's my lymph node swollen or whatever it is, but there's a lump under my leg now. And it's very scary. And I just don't know what to do. So, right now, I just want to tell the story. So, I go home, and my mom had taken the girls to the weekend, and I'm pretty sure my aunt helped her, because my aunt used to always have Sarah. And I don't know, because like I said, my mom was alcoholic. I know she didn't watch them all by herself. She complained and said that she couldn't do it with shake and stuff when she'd just have like holding them when we went to eat it one time on Jade's birthday. Like, she's just like that. So my mom, after they had them, I was sitting on the couch, and I was upset with Juan, and we were arguing because he wasn't there for me with the kids. He was always going off, drinking, partying, and I'm sure he was drinking then, and I don't know why I was arguing with him, because the way I felt, maybe, and I wasn't getting the answers or what I wanted from him. So we were arguing and yelling, and then when they came in, I just started screaming and went in the room, because they don't understand the way he is. I don't know, the way he was talking to me or whatever, okay? And they said, oh, we're gonna admit you. Like, we have the power to do that, blah, blah, why are you acting this way and all this stuff? And I'm like, you just don't understand. You don't know how I feel sitting here with these kids and going through this every day, arguing for him to just come home so I can make it to the GD classes I was in on time and things like that. And he was telling me that, oh, he could do whatever he wants because I was trying to dance and make money, but he was going out in the clubs and spending money, and it was just stuff like that. And so I just told them to just leave, because they would be like, oh, Juan this, Juan that, on his side. So I already didn't like my aunt because of one story that I'll tell you. But anyway, so I told them to get my kids in the house, because they were outside talking to the neighbor lady, and she's a black lady that just cuts her bushes all the time, and they were out there being all nosy talking.
So I said, get my kids in here and just go. So I went outside to go get Sarah, and my aunt had the car seat, and when I was trying to, get the car seat, she was holding it from me, and then she just lets it go like this, and I fall back because my leg, I couldn't walk on that leg. And I said, fucking bitch. And she, while I have the baby carrier, my Aunt Joey hits me on the back of my neck like that. And then I get into the house, and I put the baby down and get them they're in the house. My mom comes in, and Juan's standing there in the living room. And my mom walks in the front door. Don't you talk to my sister and my mother like that. And starts hitting me and knocks me to the ground and punching me on top of me. And I said, Juan, get her off of me. Get them out of the house. Get them out. And then Joey comes in, and she's like, they're all talking. She's like, we don't have to leave, do we, Juan? And she did that like 2 times. That wasn't the first time. So the story why I don't like my aunt is, okay, so I went to work one night. I was in my vanity doing my makeup. He said he had to do something on the van. He had his van and his friend's van. So this is when he took the kids. This was like the day before. He said he had to go to the grocery store before I went to work. And I was still kind of doing my makeup, trying to get ready. And I was pretty late. I was on the verge of being late. And he was out there messing in his friend's van. Not his van that he had just got. So, Sarah could walk. I walked her outside to him and put her in the yard. And I said something along the lines, I gotta go. I'm trying to do makeup. Like, can you watch her or something like that? I don't know. So she could stand up. So he comes inside. He got mad. Pulls me up by my hair and throws me on the couch. Starts punching me. I don't even remember. Takes my vanity and busts it in front of my baby and Sarah. And they're screaming and crying. The glass is everywhere. And I have to leave work. I was late. I got in trouble. I already had to pay a fine. Had to leave work. They wanted a hospital note, and they did a CAT scan of my head and said that I had like a partial concussion. While at work in the smoke room, I was like, and I was talking to the girls, and I couldn't swallow. I couldn't breathe. And this went on, you guys, for over like a year or so. I was having panic attacks and stuff like that happening to me. Okay, so I need to finish this. Okay, guys, I went home. I don't remember. I went to the hospital, and there was a guy sitting there, right? And I was telling him what happened. And so I got his number. He was the younger guy. So he come to my job, right? And I ended up parking my van at home because of our fights. I don't know what I was thinking, you guys. And I parked my van at home, and I went home with him, and he lived in the country. So I was scared. I didn't want to go home the next morning. I told him to take me to the hospital. So I didn't have a ride because he had to go to work. And I had to call a cab because my insurance, I could get a veteran's cab. So I go home, and I hear my baby crying. And me and him slept in separate rooms. And I guess he left that morning and didn't open my bedroom door because he didn't communicate with me. He didn't worry if I was to look at me at all. No communication, nothing. And every time I try to talk to him, you guys, he gets so angry and he just walk away, fight, and anyways. So I walked in the bedroom, and Sarah's on the bed. She's laying there. I don't know. She was fine, but Bella was just a baby, and she was down in between the bed and the wall, kind of like half body out, half body in. And there was blood all over the wall. So I grabbed Bella, and I made her a bottle really, really quick, and I'm holding her, and I'm shaking her. I'm like, it's okay, baby. And I'm like, Juan, before I actually went into the bedroom, but I knew he wasn't there, and I was like, oh my God, he left you. So I gave her bottle, I went and put her in the bathtub, and she had like a little scrape on her toe, I guess, where the outlet thing maybe had been loose up on the wall, and she might have like not connected to the wall, and she could have cut it on the edge or something. But I have no idea. Put her in the bathroom, and she was fine. Bella was fine. And I texted him, I was like, you left my kids at home alone. And then he started telling everybody I left my kids at home alone. He came home mad, and I had to go to work, so I threw like a duffel bag in the kitchen at him because I was upset with him. So that night I came home, he was gone with my kids, everything. And I went to my mom's, and she said, you have a peace bond out on you, and you know, and I was like, where are my kids? She's like, I don't have your kids. Well, it turns out I had to stay in a hotel room next to the club I was working at. And my mom was telling me, oh, I could go see them, but it only had to be for a few minutes, and then I had to leave. And if I was crying or trying to figure out why Juan did this, she would say, why are you worried about him? You need to do this, blah, 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 blah. You need to fix yourself. Why are you working over there? And what's wrong with you? Like, she was an alcoholic, you guys. She lived on disability, and let's just not get into that. But anyways, that's what I dealt with. I had to deal with a garden item, going to court for that, anger management, and Juan didn't do anything. And when I went back home, I finally begged my way in to go back home. Juan would get mad when I had to go to counseling some mornings and say, you need to come home, I need to go to work. All the time. So no matter what happened or how I felt or what I fucking went through, it was always my fault! And I was there for my kids, and I took care of my kids every day, and I bathed my fucking kids every day. And I was alone!